Okay, good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, it is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, today we are going to start with the unit number 2, okay, in the object-oriented programming, okay, using through C++. Okay, so unit number 2, we are going to learn in detail about the functions. Okay, so as per our syllabus, okay, we are learning the functions as unit number 2. The first point that we are going to discuss is default and the reference arguments. I'm just listing which are the things are there under the unit number 2. Okay, so the points are default and reference argument. Then we are considering the function overloading. Okay, then we are considering the inline function, then the return by reference. Okay, then we are having the point friend function and static function. Okay, so this is the syllabus, okay, of the unit number 2 function. But before, I think maybe as per the requirement of the topic, okay, I'm not moving in the exact sequence, okay, but whatever I feel that it is important for us to learn first. Okay, in those sequence, I'm going to start with it. Okay, so before directly starting with the default or reference argument, okay, we are learning some basics related to the function, and then we are going to learn the reference argument in today's topic. At the same time, I'm going to cover what is meant by the return by reference. Okay, it is again related to the reference argument part. Okay, so today we are going to cover the reference argument, return argument, and if time remains, we may cover the inline function. Okay, so the sequence may be little bit changed, okay, but we are going to cover all this point, okay, in the unit number 2. Okay, so I'm just moving to the first slide to understand how the functions are used in the C++. Okay, so the point that we have started discussing is functions in C++. Okay, so basically you're knowing, okay, dividing a program into functions. Okay, because without function, if I write down the everything in the main program, okay, I think it will be very difficult. Okay, will not call it as a modular programming. Okay, so we are not calling it as a modular programming. So dividing a program into functions is one of the major principle of top-down programming approach. Okay, so generally what we do in the top-down approaches, okay, suppose we decide to do the project, okay, at higher level. Okay, for example, suppose I start have a software or maybe any problem related to the at university level or the college level. Okay, then we divide it that it should be first divided into the different departments. Okay, so this is I consider these departments as a different modules, okay, or a separate function. Again, if I consider CSE department, I consider there should be separate function for second SY, T, V. So this is called as we are moving from the top to the down, okay, or the bottom. Okay, so it is called as a top-down approach of the programming. So we are considering first module. In that we are having the we just goes on calling the separate function. Okay, so that is what the first point we have written. Dividing a program into functions is one of the major principle of top-down programming. Okay. The advantage of using the function is that it is possible to reduce the size of program, okay, by calling and using them at different places in the program. Okay, so if I use the functions in my program, then the main advantage that it is going to reduce the size of the program. Okay, I will not find that everything is inside a main function or only one case I'm having everything. So it will be more easy, okay, to not only to reduce the size of the program, it is more easy to find out the errors. It is more easy to modify this, okay, the code which is written for the separate function, add something new. So that's why we are having the advantage of the function, use of function in the program. So always remember, okay, so this is my suggestion to each and every student. Nowadays, you can find at the time of the placement, okay, so after your written test and all, they are coming with the round of the programming or round. Okay, so at that time, the problem statement is given and you have to do the program using the Java, using the C or C++, whatever the language you will prefer. Now, generally, they are having this option. Okay, you can use any language. But you have to solve the problem this problem. Now, in that case, always see that you're making the use of what I have written and or you're not using the class or you're directly writing the program. Then also see that if you're writing the class, definitely it is having the data and member function. Obviously, you're dividing it into the function by default. Okay, but you're not using the class. Okay, maybe in some of the cases, in some of the problem statement, then you should see that you're using some different function. To display, you use different function. To take the input, you can use different function. For processing of these values, you can use the separate function. That will make the modular programming, and the interviewer or the company will hear that yes, you are knowing this approach, okay, of use of function or dividing the complex problem into the modular programming, and that will have the more advantage. Okay, so think of using it, and in the main function definitely you will be in a position to call this function. So your main function should be very small. Okay, so if you are taking input, then also call the function. That function, let that function to take the input. Okay, so that will be, in that way it will be more easy. Okay, so keep this in your mind whether you are doing. Obviously, if you are using the class, you are having the data as well as you are already having the function. No issue with this. Okay, so this is main that all the advantage of the function. No, actually, all these things are known to you. Maybe in the C programming language you have learned in the first year as well as advanced C concept. Still, I'm just revising to clear with the term, because while I'm delivering the lecture, I'm using this term. So you should know what is meant by the function declaration. Getting me? So in maybe before the main function, if I'm writing the function after the main, okay, or anywhere in the program, at that time, at the start, after hash include, we should mention that I'm going to use this function in my program. Okay, so this is called as the function declaration. Void, return type is void, show is the function. I'm not passing anything in with semicolon. Okay, so this is something we call it as the function declaration. Now, suppose in the main program, I'm calling this function show, then generally this statement is referred as function call. Okay, so I think I'm just revising this term so that whenever I'm using these terms, you should be very much clear with this. Okay, so this function declaration may be considered in cases of the function prototype also, that we are going to discuss in the next slide. Okay, so generally in the main function or anywhere whenever I'm calling this function, okay, so in that case we call it as it is a function call. Okay, next what we are having, suppose now I'm writing the code of the function, then this is called as the function definition. I repeat again, function definition means I'm writing the statement or the code for the function show, void show. Okay, for show function, whatever I write, maybe 5 statement, 10 statement, 100 statement, whatever I'm writing. Okay, whenever I write down the function, okay, the code of that function, it is called as function definition. Okay, and this is my function declaration. So declare the function here that I'm going to use this function in my program. Okay, if whenever you call anywhere, not only in main function, any other function also you can call the show if it is a global. Okay, and here you are writing the code of the function is known as function definition. And generally, whatever you write it here, it is known as function body. Okay, so I'm just showing it as, so if I'm writing down this code and this is the start of the function and this is the end of the function, this one. So this is considered, whatever you write, this is called as your function body. Okay, I hope all of you clear with the four terms related to the function. What it mean by the function call? Whenever I call the function in anywhere outside the function, maybe in the main program, any other program also I can call. I call it as a function call. Function declaration means at the start of the program, generally after hash include. Okay, generally you write down, okay, which function you are going to use in the program and what are the parameters you are passing. Okay, so that is called as function declaration in with semicolon. Then we are having the function definition, indicate where exactly you are going to write down the function code. Okay, function definition never end with the semicolon. Okay, and whatever you are writing, the number of lines of the code, okay, to be performed by the function, that is known as the function body. Okay, so remember these terms: function declaration, function call, function definition, okay, and function body. Okay, remember function definition means I'm writing the code of the function. Actual function is written. Okay, where I'm writing down of actual statement is called as my function definition. Okay, so with this basic, let us move to the next point. Now we are going to learn what is meant by the function prototyping or function prototype. Okay, is it visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, as I have said, while function declaration, okay, generally the prototype describes the function interface to the compiler by giving details such as number and type of arguments and the type of return value. Okay, in function prototype, I'm just not writing the name of the function, but I'm also writing the number of argument the function takes, whether it is taking one argument, two argument, or three argument, and which are the type of that argument, whether the first argument is integer, second is float, third is again character, or all three arguments are integer. So in function prototyping, okay, that will help the compiler to know, okay, the details of the function that you are going to use in the program. So it will give the number of arguments you are passing and what is the data type of that argument, as well as we are mentioning what is the return value, type of return value of that function, whether it is returning integer value, whether it is not returning anything, whether it is void, whether it is return the float value, or whether it may return the reference, okay, argument as a reference argument, okay, that we are going to learn. Okay, so all these things are mentioned in my prototype. Okay, so that will help us to know the compiler that this is the name of the function and these are the parameters it accepts and it is the return value of the function. Okay, so that is generally called as a function prototype. So whenever you are writing a very large program or the software, okay, so generally at the start you should declare the function prototype. Okay, so I suppose in my function I'm using 10 function. Okay, then I must mention what is the name of the function, and maybe as I am writing in the comment, you should write what is the purpose of that function. Okay, what this function does in the comment. You write down which are the parameters it accepts, what is the return value of that particular function. Okay, and that is the good habit of writing the function prototype. Okay, with function prototyping, a template is always used when declaring and defining a function. So that is I told, whenever I'm declaring the function at the top, this is called as a prototyping. I'm also mentioning the number of arguments and type of argument and return value. Okay, when declaring and defining a function. Now, when a function is called, the compiler uses the template to ensure that the proper arguments are passed. Okay, means for example, in function prototype at the start of before the main function or after hash include, suppose I have declared that the function accepts 3 parameters. Okay, but in the main function I am passing only 2 parameters. Okay, then it will give the error. Okay, because the compiler ensures that the proper arguments are passed, the data types are correct, and the return value is treated correctly. Okay, then and then only else it is going to give the error. Okay, so it will consider prototype as the base, and whenever you call the function, it will check whether your function call is having all these parameters or not. Okay, instead of 2, suppose you pass only 1 parameter, then it will compiler will give the error. Okay, because you have mentioned that this function accepts 2 parameters, but you are not passing the 2 parameters and data type also different. If it is the case, so all this take care will be taken by the compiler. Okay, whenever you are going for the function call. Function prototype is a declare statement. Okay, so function declaration, basically it is function declaration in the calling program having the following form. Okay, so this is what the type, this is the return type, first parameter is return type, then we have to give the function name of the function, and we have to write down the argument list. Okay, this argument list is the list of the data type, and suppose we are having some name of the variable also we can write over here. Okay, so this is what the syntax of the or the form of the function prototype. Type is the return type value, name of the function, and list of argument. It must end with the semicolon. Getting me? Because this is not my function definition. I'm not writing the code here. I'm just writing the prototype of the function. Okay. Generally, you require the prototype of the function to be written if you are writing the code of the function, means function definition, after the main function. Okay, so if you write the function definition or the functions of the code ahe, if you are writing after the main, then function prototyping is must. Okay, because you are calling that function in the main. Okay, but compiler don't know, okay, that whether it is this function where you have declared. Okay, whether your definition is there. So at the start you have to mention the function prototype. Okay, so this is for example, I think we should not waste more time over here. The argument list contains the types and names of the argument that must pass to the function. For example, I consider here what is the name of function. Change the color. We are finding the same color in color over here. Just 1 minute. Okay, so here what we are considering, this is my name of the function. Okay, name of the function is volume. Volume is the name of the function. What is the return type? Float. So this function returns the float value. how many parameters it accept? It accepts 3 parameters. First parameter is integer x. I think that is I told. Integer also you can data type and you can also specify the name of the variable also here. Okay, so integer x. Then I'm having integer y. Okay, so indicate that the second argument is also integer and the third argument is a float. Okay, so similarly this values it accept in with the semicolon. Okay, so this is what is the example, or it is called as the function prototype, and it is always considered to be the good programming habit or the practice to declare the function prototype after the hash include or at the start of your program. Okay, so whenever anyone open the program or whenever you're going to refer your code, they come to know that we have used these many functions in your program, and this function, what is the type, which argument it is accepting, what is the return value. Okay, so just goes on making the habit of using the function prototype in your program. Okay, so I hope all of you understood the basics of the function. So now we can move to the what is meant by the passing the reference argument to the function. Okay, up to this it is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so I'm
sir.
just okay. Thank you. Yes, I'm just moving to the next point. Now, this is the basic thing that I have explained. Some part may be covered in the C programming language, okay, but you should know about this. Okay, so now I'm just moving to the first point that we are having call by reference. Okay, so okay, I have shown every statement over here, but it doesn't matter. So this is as per our syllabus. Okay, I think we have learned the first point as default and reference argument. Okay, so now I'm just talking about the reference argument call by reference. Okay, so I think you have okay considered here. Okay, but in C programming, okay, whenever you are passing the call by reference, you have to use the pointer over there. But here in this case, it is not required. So just let us understand the program simplicity of the C++. The provision of reference variable in C++ permit us to pass parameters to the function by reference. I'm passing now the parameter to the function by reference. Okay. So here, when we pass, second point is when we pass argument by reference, okay, not value. Yes, I think we are knowing what is passing call by value and call by reference. Okay, so I'm talking about call by reference, not call by value. When we pass argument by reference, the formal arguments in the called function, okay, so formal argument in the called function becomes aliases. Okay, so it will become the alias to the actual argument in the calling function. Okay, so now if I'm in C++, if I'm calling the function by reference argument or by reference, passing the argument by reference, then the formal arguments in the called function becomes the aliases. Okay, so there will be the we cannot say directly the pointer assignment because we are not using the pointer in C++ when we go for call by reference. Okay, so it is better, it is more simple for us to use, and it is going to becomes the alias. Okay, so alias to the actual argument, okay, in the calling function. Now this means that when the function is working with the own argument, okay, it is actually working on the original data. Okay, so if I call with the reference, definitely if I change one value, it is going to change another value also by default. Okay, so this is the sample code or the example that we are having. So let us execute this program also. So what we are having is here I am considering the name of the function is swap. Okay, void swap. Now here I am passing the integer ampersand a and integer ampersand b. Okay, so here the variable a I have written integer, I have written ampersand here. Okay, so it is the address I am passing integer ampersand a ampersand b. A and b are reference variable. I am calling this is what the reference argument. So integer ampersand a, integer ampersand b. So whenever I use any data type and ampersand the name of variable, it is called as the reference variable or reference argument. Okay, so here a and b are reference variables. Now here what I am doing, I use temporary, as you know how to go for the swapping. So integer t is equal to a is equal to b is equal to t. That is the normal thing that we are having. This is a dynamic initialization. Directly we can initialize the variable as I told. Okay, whenever I required, I can use it. Okay, and now if I want to call this function from the main function, if m and n are the two integer variables, okay, then the function call. Now function call म्हणजे कुठला असायला पाहिजे? Function call should be in the main function. Okay, in the main function. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just call the swap. See here what I'm doing. In the main function, I'm not passing the ampersand. So swap m comma n I'm passing. Getting me? So I'm passing m and n over here. Getting me? But now I'm having this m and n, but while it is accepting, okay, in my function at the ampersand a and ampersand b. Okay, so this is what we are considering it as very simple thing. It is possible, or in a minimum way, or easily it is possible in the C++. Okay, but it is not possible into the C programming. Okay, what I'm saying again, I repeat here, the pass argument by reference indicate that in my swap m comma n. Okay, so I'm just calling this function or the variables, okay, as m comma n will exchange. Now suppose I'm passing here m comma n are the two integer variables in function call. This is in my main function. In main function I use swap m comma n. But now here I'm not passing ampersand m and ampersand n. Okay, because I'm not considering this as a pointer. Okay, but this is the special facility which is available into the C++, which is called as a reference argument. Okay, now this swap m comma n, what it will do, it will exchange the values of m and n using their aliases. Okay, so m and n, okay, I want to swap in the main function. Suppose assume that I have taken this value of m and n from the user. Okay, input from the user, and now I want to swap the value of the m and n, and I have passed this here. So this is my function which is going to accept the reference argument. Okay, here integer ampersand a, ampersand b. So I consider the values of m and n will exchange or will swap, okay, using their aliases, okay, or reference variable. So which are their reference variable? So a, ampersand a, I think this I considered. So a is the alias of m, or it is a reference variable of m. Okay, so I just repeat it here. I show here ampersand a will become the alias of the m. Okay, so I call it as, or it is a reference variable. Okay, so reference variable of m will be a, and the reference variable of n will be b. Okay, and we are considering this reference variable. Okay, this is using the okay. So now I hope this will be very much clear. So there is no need for us to use the pointers in this particular case. So without using the pointers, we can achieve this. Okay, but now suppose I want to write down the same code in the C programming language. I think you have already used the program for call by reference in the C programming language. Then what code we have written? I just want to revise you all. But now there is no need to use the pointer, and the program is not complicated. It is very simple. Okay, this will be because my normal function call. But here my inside my function definition, or where I have written the function code, I am writing this ampersand a and ampersand b, which I call it as my reference variable, okay, or reference argument. Okay, so directly I write it here. The C++ compiler will accept this. It is going to change. Now suppose I change the value of a and b. Okay, value of a and b change. It is also going to affect the values of m and n. Mute yourself. Hello, someone has to mute yourself. Okay, now it's better. Okay, so this is what, okay, let us do with the help of the program. So before I go to the program, I want how we have achieved this in the C program. Okay, so I'm just showing this. This accomplished in the C using the pointers and in direction as shown below. See how we have achieved this using the C. Okay, in the C language, I think we have done this as a pointer. Instead of using ampersand here, I think we have used integer star A and integer star B. Function definition मध्ये आपण काय केलेलं आहे? Star A and star B use केलेला आहे. Then we are again using the pointer here, integer temporary t is equal to star A is equal to star B. So we have achieved this. Okay, so we are putting the values b into a. Here there is no concept of the alias. There is no concept of the reference. Okay, we are achieving this with the help of the pointer. And how I will call this function now, swap1, in the main function. Okay, in C programming language, I think here in the main function we have called swap1 ampersand x. Getting me? Ampersand x and ampersand y means in the main function, I am passing the address of the x and y. Okay, call by passing this address of the variable. It is not required in the C++ if I'm using the reference argument. Okay, so there is no need to use the pointer. or there is no need to use this. So that is what I am just talking about. Okay, so let us do this, okay, with the help of the program. I hope all of you understood how simple it is in C++, and this is something which is called as we are calling by reference. Okay, so call by reference or passing the reference argument. Okay, so let us execute the program. Okay, and then we move to the next point, how I can achieve the written by reference also. Okay, so I just go for escape. Okay, just check anyone is waiting in the lobby or something is there. I don't think there will be any issue. Okay, so I just go to the editor, Turboti editor. It is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
I call it as 2 means it is unit 2. U2 means unit 2 program 1, ERG1. That will be more easy for me to remember. CPP, I must give the name. F5. Program for all by reference. RE, or I call it as the reference arguments. For this, hash include iostream.h. I'm using getch and clear screen. I must go for new.h. I don't think there is need to declare any class over here because we just want to make the concept of the call by reference. Okay, so as we further go for function overloading and all these issues, okay, at that time we will make the use of the class, and we will pass in the class the function by argument, reference argument. Okay, so now just I want to make the concept clear related to the reference argument. Okay, but I don't think there is need to go for the class. When we go for function overloading, at that time we declare the class and we will use this. Okay, so now I'm just typing the function over here. Okay, main function. Okay, I think now here the question comes of the function prototype. Okay, what I told, if I'm directly writing the function over here before the main, there is no question of writing prototype. Okay, so if I directly write down the void, because it is not going to return anything, swap is the name of the function, it will accept ampersand a. Okay, so I mean this is integer ampersand b. Okay, here I am just writing the function prototype. I have not written, okay, or function declaration, because I am writing down the function first and I'm writing the main function afterward. So this is my function definition. Okay, this is my purpose of function is to swap the value of a and b. So I use temporary variable integer t as we have seen, and I can, while doing itself, I can assign this value is equal to a. Okay, integer t is equal to a, as we have mentioned, a is equal to b and b is equal to t. There's no need to return. So as we are creating the allies of this, okay, or calling the reference, when a and b value will be changed, it is going to affect to the values which we have called in the main function also. Okay, that is expected. Okay, so write down the main function now. CLR SCR. Okay, I think we are using here m and n, so I've just declared values of m and n. Okay, I use cout double quote slash n, enter values of m and n. Okay, we're just allowing user to enter these values of m and n. Int l. There is no need to use end l, directly in front of this statement they can enter this value. Okay, so I must use c in here, m first and then n. Okay, make the habit of using the cout and c in instead of printf and scanf. Okay, so here I have accepted these two values from the user. Now I want to swap these values. Okay, so I think I just display here cout double quote I think I have used /n. Okay, no issue. You can also use /n values before swapping. Because you have not called the swap function m values before swapping m and n. And I'm going to display these values. What I should write here? Yes, anyone? I should write m first because I'm displaying the value of m. Then I'm displaying the value of n. Okay, so these are the values before swapping. Okay. Now here you can call the this function. Okay, that is the swap function, and yeah, by now here as we have seen, there is no need to pass the values. I directly use the main function swap m comma n, okay, in the function call. Okay, m and n directly I'm passing. Okay, and here again I will just copy paste this statement cout, or I can write as it is cout /n values after swapping m and n. Declared the value of m first and then n as it is. Okay, but we have to see that the values are exchanged now. Okay. Hit ch to save the program. Okay, so it is not showing any errors. Okay, so I just execute the program now. Control F9. Values, enter the values of m and n. Both m is 100 and I write n is 5. Okay, m is 100 or write n is 500. No issue. Okay, so m and n is I'm inputting the value as 100 and 500. Okay, I have not given the in between m and n. I have not given the /t or any difference. So it is showing the before swapping values is 100, 500. After swapping the values are 500 and 100. So no issue. Okay, the values are correct. Okay, correctly it is swapped. Okay, the output is visible to all. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just making the correction over here. I think we should go for just 1 minute. Cout values before swapping m and n. I think here what we have to do, there is no space. Okay, so I have to go for again operator double quote. I give /t or the tab, and again I use to operate. The operator is already there. This is correct. Getting me? So m again I give the tab /t or space, and then I'm going to display the value of n. Okay, so here also I add double quote /t tab and give the n. Okay, see, I want everyone to concentrate the use of call by reference in C++. Okay, it is not same in the C. If I want to implement this in the C program, I must use the pointer. Okay, but see here we have not used any pointer. Okay, the function call is also a normal function call. Okay, swap ला आपण काय पाठवतोय by value पाठवल्यासारखं पाठवतोय m and n. Directly I am passing swap m comma n. Getting me? Okay, so this is the normal swap function call. Here not I'm not passing the address of m and n. Getting me? I'm not passing address of m and n. Okay, getting me? So this is I call it as it is my normal function call. Okay. Now in this particular case, if you look at this function, now here directly, though I'm passing it here, it is going to accept the address of that particular variable. Okay, integer in the ampersand and ampersand. This is what we call it as the reference argument. Okay, so here I'm in my main function. In my function, I'm using the reference argument. Now this ampersand a ampersand b directly here indicate that it is a reference argument, and it is going to form the alias. Okay, so it is considered as a actual parameters are m and n, and here we are having forward parameters are a and b. So a and b are going to form the allies with the m and n. Okay, so if the value of a and b change, automatic value of m and n will also change. Okay, so this is what the new thing that we are having in the C++, which we call it as the reference argument. So here it is reference argument. Okay, and here you can find as it is the ampersand and ampersand be our reference argument. I think there is no need to use anywhere star or ampersand while exchanging the value. Okay, integer t is equal to a. Here I have not used ampersand a. I have not used star a. Okay, as a pointer. I'm just using the normal way. I'm just using the exchanges variables. T is equal to a is equal to b is equal to t. Getting me? So this is indicate very simple way I can achieve the call by reference in the C++. I think I have also shown the program what we can do into the C programming. Okay, but in the C program, if I'm going to do, I have to use here all as a pointer. Okay, star here everywhere I have to use the pointer, and function call also in the normal C program. If it is a C program, not C++, then here I must pass these values as ampersand m ampersand n, else it will have given the error. Okay, but it is here it is not giving the error because I'm accepting it as a reference argument. Okay, is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so remember this is one of the advantage of the C++, which is there, which is called as a reference argument. I execute the program again. Yes, rebuild it, control F9, enter the values of m. Suppose m I give as 21 and n I give it as 888. Okay, so I can find before it is value 21888. After swapping, it is the values are swapped. Okay, because I'm displaying the values of m. This is now it has changed and this is changed. But so this is what the way we call it as the okay, forming the allies okay with the actual parameter okay, in the function part. I think I have shown this on the PPT. Okay, I want everyone to note down the program, take the screenshot, and implement this program. Okay, see if you are having the practical examination, definitely such questions are there. Okay, write a program which shows the example of the reference argument for swapping of two variables. Okay, at that time you have to implement this program and you have to show the output and give your explanation. Okay, so if you use here the pointer, then indicate that you have not cleared with the concept. Okay, still you are in the C programming language. Okay, so here it is not required. Okay, so I want everyone to take the note of this. That you have taken the screenshot of this program. Hello.
Yes, sir.
To the next part. It's a very simple program. This is the main function. Okay. Okay. Let us move to the what is mean by the call by reference. Okay, sorry, return by reference now. Just we have seen call by reference. Now just go for the return by reference. I'm just moving to the PPTs. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are having the covered this point. That is why I told not exactly as per the sequence. So we have covered what is mean by the reference arguments, and now we are covering return by reference. Okay, these 2 points we are going to cover in today's session. Okay, and the next lecture we see, I think it is better to cover inline function, which is very simple part. Okay, then we go for default arguments and then function overloading and this. Okay, so let us understand what is mean by the return by reference. Okay, I just open that page. To all. Hello. Yes, it is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, the point we are going, very simple point we are going to discuss is return by reference. Okay. Now, I just want to say return by reference means a function can also return a reference argument. Okay, function can return the reference argument. Okay, or it is having the ampersand value. Okay, we call it as. Now here, let us understand. Consider the following program. See here, this is the max is the function. Okay, maximum between the two variables. Max is the function. Just look at this return type. See, this is the return type indicate. I am going to return by reference. Okay, because I have used integer ampersand. Okay, what is my return type? Return type is not only integer, but it is ampersand is there. Getting me? So here I am having integer and ampersand. Okay. Yeah, making some problem here. Okay, so this is integer and I am writing ampersand. So my return value, okay, which I have used here, okay, is considered this is my return value, and it is my return value is integer ampersand is there, not only data type, but it will return the reference variable of the type integer. Okay, and this is called as return by reference. This is the name of my function. I am passing two values again to this integer ampersand x, integer ampersand y. Means it is also accepting the integer value. Getting me? So sorry, reference argument. It is also accepting the reference argument. Arguments are passed by reference, and return value is also by reference. Okay, so this is the return value by reference, and this is my argument by reference I'm passing. Okay, so what I'm doing in this function is maximum. So whatever pass value x and y, so I check if x is greater than y. Okay, then it is going to return x, as it is going to return y. See, the return is simple. In return, I have not written ampersand x and ampersand y. Please remember, in return, you don't write this as ampersand x or ampersand y. You write here return value integer ampersand x. Okay, here as the reference. Okay, so return x and return y as per the normal way we are returning x and y values. Okay, but how it will be used in the main function now, how this function is called in the main function. So since I just have the explanation and then I will show you. Since return type of max is int ampersand, okay, the function returns a reference. Okay, this is called as return by reference to x and y and not the value. So it is going to return the reference to x and reference to y, and it is not returning the value. The function call such as max a comma b. Okay, this is my inside my main function I have written. Okay, function call max a comma b will yield a reference to either a or b depending upon whose value is maximum. Okay, so this means that this function call can appear on the left hand side of an argument statement, that is this statement. So I think you will surprise how I can write this statement is. Yes, here I can write here max a comma b. This is my function. Okay, you can find I am assigning some value to this function. Okay, max a comma b is equal to -1. Means I am assigning the value -1 to the a or b, whichever is maximum. Okay, or I want to assign something to the between a and b variable, whichever is maximum. So max a comma b, what it is going to do? It is max a comma b is going to do. It is going to find out whichever is maximum between a and b. I think this will be, and here I am having the reference argument. Okay, I am having the reference argument at this stage. Okay, so what this indicates, if I am having reference argument, it is I am going to form the allies of, so x is allies of a and y is allies of b. Okay, so this is there, and here I am just checking if x is greater than y. Okay, then return x. Okay, but whatever I am returning, I am again returning the reference argument. Okay, so automatically if a is greater than b, then I am assigning the -1 value a. Okay, so this statement is legal. Okay, whatever I have written is legal. This is correct statement. Max a comma b, the function is equal to -1, and you will assign the -1, okay, to a. Okay, if a is larger. Okay, so if is maximum value, it will assign the, or it is larger, it will assign -1 to a. Otherwise, it will assign the -1 to b. Okay, because else we are returning y. Okay, means we are returning b here. So b is equal to -1. Okay, so I hope all of you understood, which is something little bit a thing that we have not used in the normal C programming. Okay, but here we can use return the values by reference also. Okay, so this is the normal call. So let us go to the program, okay, for the implementation of the same. All of you clear with this? What I'm talking about, written by reference? Hello.
Yes, sir.
See, what is going to happen over here is, in this case is, yeah, I just going to put it over here. See what this max. What this max a comma b is going to return now? It is going to return the maximum between a and b, and it is going to return the reference argument. It is going to return by reference, and it is going to give me the location or the address of that particular variable. Okay, so if that means I am accessing that variable now. Okay, return value, I am accessing the variable a or b whichever is maximum. So I directly use here equal to -1. So means directly I'm assigning this value to this particular variable. Okay, so whatever the reference is there, I just assign is equal to -1. आपण मगाशी कसं केलं होतं ampersand x घेतलं होतं. Here I have directly written ना x is equal to t. Okay, असं लिहिलं होतं किंवा x is equal to y. I have directly written. Okay, because this x is now my reference argument, so I can assign is equal to some value to it. Okay, so it is going to refer to that memory location where the value of that variable is stored. So I can assign is equal to -1. Okay, so that's why it is the correct legal statement, and I will going to assign -1 to the number which is maximum. Okay, so let us go to the program. I think the program is already open. It's already open. I think the editor is open. Enter. I just save as this program. One save as alter app. Save as we have given unit 2 na unit 2 erg2 program 2.c2. So we are doing the program for return by reference. Okay, so anyone remember what we have done? Better things. Okay, and do it again. Okay, so there will not be any confusion. Okay, so I need to write down the function first. Yes, can anybody help me to write down the return by reference function? What is the return type of that function? Integer ampersand. Indicate it is my return by reference. Name of the function is max. Please accept the integer ampersand x, integer ampersand y. So it also accept the reference argument. Okay, no issue. What we have checked, we have to find out whichever is maximum, whether x or y. Okay, we are not checking the condition of whether they are equal. Okay, please remember, I'm not putting any condition for equal value. I'm just checking x is greater than y. If it is, we have to return if the x is greater than y condition fails in y is greater. So I have to return over here. Having time now, 5 minutes to complete it. Oh, no issue. Okay. This is the function which is going to return by reference. Okay, integer ampersand. This function I am also calling the function parameters by call by reference also. The ampersand x and ampersand y use केलेला आहे. Okay, let us go to the. Really, I have deleted that program. Again, I need to type. Yes, screen, no issue. M comma n, correct? Directly assign value over here. Okay, that is better. M is equal to, I assign this value to suppose 100. Okay, and I assign n is equal to 20. You can take this input from the user, but I will not take it here. We are not having that. So I directly m is equal to 100, n is equal to 20. Okay, and how we have done the function call? I have called the max function. A comma b घेतले का आपण, or I can use m comma n, no issue. M comma n, okay, which is equal to -1. Okay, now you know minus will be assigned to which variable? Here values of m, the person. The program will definitely values of m and n are this. Okay, but now what I have to do using max function -1 to the largest variable. -1 to max variable. Max variable. Okay. Here again I will use same cout. display whether the values are assigned -1 to the maximum value or not. Values of m and n are now after values after calling the function m double quote slash t. It's here. Necessary thing I'm just going to delete. Okay. So in that case, -1 will be assigned to which one? M, because m is greater than n. Okay. So after calling this max m comma n is equal to -1, expected that the -1 should be assigned to m. Okay. So and here if I print the value m, m should be -1. Okay. So that is expected. F2 to same, yes. Having some errors. No. Control F9. Yes, you can find here values of m and n before calling the max function 120. Okay, but now after max m comma n is equal to -1, so -1 is assigned to the value which is highest. So 100 is largest between 120, so it is assigned to -1. Okay, is it clear to all? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just change this value and check whether it is giving me the correct result. Now I just keep m is equal to 10. Getting me? Sorry. M is equal to 10 and n is equal to 200. Okay. So now the n is greater. Okay, n is 200. So it should be assigned the value -1. Okay, F2. Yes. F9. Control F9. Yes, you can find values of m and n are 10 and 200. 200 is largest or maximum. So the after calling the function, it has assigned the value to -1. Okay, I want everyone to take down the screenshot of this program. This is your second program. Yes. I think once soon you will have the complete program. Okay, for written by reference. Okay, so this is the way. This is called as written by reference, integer ampersand. Okay, and then you can keep. Yes, is it clear to all?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so today we have learned what is the basics of function, and we have learned what is mean call by reference and the written by reference also. Okay, so these two things that we have learned. So I want everyone to implement this to both the program and check the output. Okay. Just 1 minute. We download the attendance.